Hey everybody, it's Outland, and today I'm headed out for a very short, quick day hike. Just doing a few miles, maybe 3 to 4 miles. I'm headed to my local Metropark, Taylorsville Metropark, and just gonna try to get some miles in. I'm trying to beat some pretty severe storms that are coming our way, a lot of heavy rain and lightning and thunder. I'm gonna check the radar here when I get to the trailhead, but as of right now, it's dry, but it's pretty cloudy, kind of ominous looking, so gonna try to beat that. I was supposed to be out backpacking this weekend. It's August 9th, and I had a really awesome overnight planned. It got scrubbed at the last minute, but that's okay, no big deal. Just kind of hanging out now. Yesterday I ended up going to the water park with the kids and got serious sunburn like all over my chest and my arms and stuff, so I'm in a lot of pain today, but that's why I don't have a pack or anything. I'm just gonna kind of hit the trail and go, and that's my plan. So I am headed to the trailhead now, and I will check back with you when I get to the trailhead. So here is the radar. You can see it's a pretty light rain right now. It's coming right across us. I'm that blue dot right there, obviously, and it's coming, but it's kind of looks like it's dissipating as it comes along. So we're gonna try this and see what happens. This is the trail we're gonna do right here. We're gonna do this orange trail. It's about a 3 miler, very short, but it's pretty scenic. It's kind of nice. Oh, short little day hike today. Road's pretty close up there, but it's a nice little area. You've seen this in my videos before. I do some day hikes here occasionally. It's a nice spot to get away. A little recessed cave back in here. Rock outcropping. It's kind of cool. That's cool rock. We have a lot of this kind of rock around here, southeastern Ohio. It's like a limestone, I believe. Pretty quiet out here today. There were a lot of cars at the trailhead, but apparently I think a lot of them were at that shelter that's right there at the trailhead. They're having some kind of picnic or get together of some kind there. So I don't know how many people are actually out here on the trail. But that's cool. I'm kind of hoofing it because I really don't want to get rained on. Try to keep at least a 3-mile-an-hour pace and do the full circuit here in an hour or less. I don't think it's going to rain too soon. It might sprinkle, but there's a lot of canopy, so it should keep me relatively sheltered. Now I mentioned that this was supposed to be a backpacking weekend. Had a really cool trip planned for a quick overnight with the hammocks, but logistically just didn't work out, and so I didn't get to do a whole lot. Wanted to do something today. Cool little bridge coming up here. I like this bridge. Pretty neat. And no water. It's very dry back here. Very dry. A little bit of water, not that much. A little bit, kind of calming. Pretty up through there. Like I said about a lot of these metro parks, despite the fact that they're really close to the road, really close to town, they have some pretty good terrain. And this one has a nice series of ups and downs. You kind of go down these ravines and come back out. It's a very good training area, good training hike if you're trying to do anything bigger. Now I didn't even bring a pack today for this. I'm just hoofing it straight through. Even left my water in the car for 3 miles. But it is nice out here. It's a good workout. You could trail run this. A lot of people do trail run this. Now it's pretty humid out here today. It's only about 81, but humidity's high. And it's supposed to storm real bad later today and tonight. Kind of cool things down a little bit. Make it feel almost like fall. So that'll be nice, but there's a bit of a breeze back here in the woods, which is nice. That breeze helps. But I am sweating pretty bad. So it's definitely hot. It's pretty up here. More rock outcroppings up here. But the road is literally right up there, so We are not very far. There's a nice little recess cave back there. Very cool. I'd like to come back in here in the spring when there's a lot of water running through here. I think that would be absolutely beautiful. And a recent blowdown right here. That looks fairly recent. Well, maybe spring. Probably a series of storms blew that down. So the summer's been pretty quiet as far as trips go, and just haven't been able to get out. Life has been kicking me. The only backpacking trip I've done so far was the Charles Dean Wilderness 2-night overnight that we did, which was a great trip, but just haven't been able to get out, like I said. You can see how the trail just kind of winds around here. And I'm on the Orange Trail, which is, like I said, 3 miles. And I don't have my phone tracking my distance because I'm trying to conserve battery. I'm wondering when the rain's going to start. Hopefully it'll hold off for another 40 minutes or so. I can finish up this trail. I've been kind of lollygagging and filming and talking. And I probably really just need to be moving. But it's pretty back here. I like this. Squirrel! There he goes. Mr. Squirrel. That reminds me of a squirrel story. Not a very exciting story, but we had a squirrel in our backyard. Poor thing. Was climbing up our tree out back, and he fell out of the tree somehow. I've never seen a squirrel do this, but he fell out of the tree. And apparently when he landed, he tried to land on his back legs, and it apparently broke his 2 back legs. Because I saw it happen, and I actually heard this like little snap sound. It was awful. And as soon as he did that, then he was trying to pull himself through the yard, like with his front 2 legs, dragging his 2 back legs behind him. It was awful. He crawled under some bushes and stuff, and I couldn't find him. Well, about a week later, we found him next door in the neighbor's yard, on the other side of the fence, dead. And it was definitely him, because his legs were stuck out behind him like he'd been dragging himself around. So he died. He didn't make it. Felt really bad for that squirrel. You know, poor little animal. You're just doing your thing, and then you fall, and something happens like that. You know, I don't know if he died from the injuries, or he starved to death, or probably a combination of things. Probably the injuries themselves. But if you want to relate a story like that to regular life for us humans, you know, even coming out here in a place like this, where I'm very close to a road, I could hurt myself. I could fall, break my leg, be incapacitated. I do have a cell phone, but you know, it's you have to take things seriously, even in a place like this, which seems just like a park, literally just a park. You have to be careful. Take care of yourself. Watch where you're stepping, watch where you're going. Don't take chances. That's a big one. Be very careful not to take chances. It's not worth it. Nothing's worth your life. No outcropping, scenic vista, none of that's worth dying over. That's for sure. And that's my community message for today. Bigfoot tree. Hope not. It always strikes me as really strange when I see stuff like that, because no other trees around it are broken, so it wasn't a windstorm. The tree looks to be perfectly healthy. So what happened? Tell me in the comments, what do you think happened? Think it was just a freak wind blew one tree over? My sunburn's really hurting. Man, just wearing a shirt over it. I can see this or not. How red I am. I put sunscreen on, but you know, you remember August, the sun is pretty strong. We're going to come to a clearing here, power line cut, which is kind of cool. This is pretty neat. This guy's not looking too good. I think I need to get a move on. What do you guys think? This is pretty though. I really like this area right in here. Nice single track going through here, going right back into the woods. Drop off down there, a nice little bench, but we're not going to stop. We're going to keep going. This part reminds me of Mount Mitchell in a much less dramatic kind of way. But there's a part when you're going up the Black Mountain Trail up to Mount Mitchell. There's actually a clear cut straight down the mountain. Just reminds me of that for some reason. But I was just up there, so I'm crossing back over the field that I was looking down on. And we should go back down. We'll go back down and we'll come down along the water. Oh, good. Mosquitoes are killing me. Yeah. Just saw my first fellow hiker out here. I don't know if you can see him way up there, but he just passed me. Looks like he's doing a mix of hiking and trail running. But you know, it's the first person I've seen today. I typically don't see a lot of people. I see maybe one or two other people on this trail. It's very underutilized, and I don't know why, because it's really scenic. You got a nice open field over here, real pretty, and then you got this nice dense woods. Just a nice mix of all kinds of different natural areas. Like an idiot, I did not bring any kind of bug spray. I don't have any mosquito repellent, tick repellent, anything, which is just really stupid, especially this time of year, man. This is tick central out here. Anywhere you go, out in the woods. Now, when I came back from Charles Deep, I had 3 ticks on me, and one was in a not very nice place on the backside, and I'm not really even sure how I found it. Kind of just was checking myself and came across this tick, and it was nasty, and had to have my wife remove it because I couldn't get to it from that angle. So, and my wife hates bugs, she hates spiders, bugs, crawlies, whatever. So it was really nasty for her, real hard for her to go and remove those, but she did it. And you know, it's a real downside of the woods, man. It's ticks. The woods at this time of year, I should say. If there's any kind of upside to hiking in the winter, late fall, early spring, it's the lack of crawlies like that. You don't have to worry about the bugs or snakes. Typically, you don't have to worry about other animals as well. You don't have the mosquitoes. You don't have any of that stuff. It's great. And so if you can get, if you can get past the cold, get layered up to a point where that doesn't bother you, you can really enjoy backpacking in the winter. And it's totally different from this kind of experience. Coming out here, this is pretty much what people think of when they think of hiking and backpacking. They think of everything green and lush and woods and foliage and trees. When you're out in the winter, everything's bare. You can see through all the trees. You can see really far. The winter is a completely different experience, and it's really cool. The only part that really stinks about winter is the cold and the unpredictability. You have to take a lot more with you, a lot more of a load, because you don't know what's going to happen. It could be nice one day, and the next day it could be snowing, so you have to be prepared for that. And I believe we come out where we can get next to the water, but I might be mistaken. Seems as though I remember a nice little opening up here. Let's find out. So far, the rain is holding off, so that is a good thing. We continue to stay on the orange trail. Here's a little spot where we can go out. Let's walk out here, and I'll show you guys the river. Woo, big fish. He got himself a mosquito, or 12. Oh, it's a nice breeze coming in. It's interesting. Getting darker and darker. I don't need these sunglasses, but that's all I have right now. I'm wearing these right socks, and I've done semi-review on these, where I basically just talked about them. They're extremely comfortable, and they're really nice quality socks, made in the USA. You'll see huge ads for them in Backpacker magazine. They're great, and they're nice because they're like a dual layer sock all in one. So like the outside is like a wool, inside's like a thin silk or synthetic type of sock. So instead of having to wear two pairs, you can just wear one pair of these Bright Sock socks. Well, passing the rock outcroppings once again. This is the trail that will take me back up to the parking lot, trailhead. So it's been a good hike. It's been a short one, but at least I got out today. Well, everybody, that's it. 3 miles in Taylorsville Metropark today. Nice little hike. Short, but long enough to feel like I did something worthwhile and just beat the rain. It's beautiful. All right, so I am off. Thanks again for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. And I'll talk to you later. Seriously, just beat the rain. Oh man.